Hi! This is what I always look like. I'm very white. So can you guess what this video is going to be about? I just got our self-tanners in the mail. I got both. We have a cream and we have a spray. So the body lotion is going to be going on one of my legs today. And the body spray is going to be going on one of my arms and my face. And we'll talk about the difference between the two products. I have never used them before, so this is going to be the first time I will ever have used them. And you guys get to be here with me, so this is great. Also, I wanted to tell you that I've never used a self-tanner before. So we will see how easy this is. And if I can do it, anyone can do it, because like I said, I've never used them before. The first thing we need to talk about is how to prepare for self-tanning. I've done a lot of reading, watching videos, things like that, and there are a few things you need to prep prior to self-tanning for the best results. The first thing is you want to exfoliate the areas that you're going to be self-tanning. So today I exfoliated my face, my right arm, my right leg. And before I forget, I do want to show you, I have scars on my leg. So this is from a ski injury, and I have some scars here. And I'm hoping that the self-tanner will just kind of cover everything up. So that's my hope. Okay, so the first thing to do is make sure you exfoliate. So all you gotta do is get some sugar. You don't need this much, but this is what I have. So get some sugar and your body wash that you already have, but I want you to make sure that there's no oil in it, okay? So make sure it's water-based. Today I used my Aveeno body wash. You take some body wash, make sure you're in the shower so you're wet. Take some sugar in your hand, mix it together, and there is your pretty much free body scrub. But it's really important that your soap that you use does not have oil, because if it does, the self-tanner will stick more to the spots that aren't oiled, because oil will create a barrier between your skin and the self-tanner. So it'll be a little bit more splotchy. So avoid any body wash with oil. As the other thing, really important, if you use a body moisturizer after your shower, do not do that. If you're going to be applying a self-tanner, it's the same concept where you don't want anything in the way between your skin and the self-tanner. So if you have a moisturizer there, you're not going to get the results that you want. The other thing that you want to do is make sure you're wearing loose clothing for the entire day, because if you have clothing that is tight, it'll kind of rub on your skin in certain areas and your tan will fade faster. So things that you're going to need to do your self-tanning once you're ready. So obviously you'll need a self-tanner, and the spray is really great if you've never done self-tanning before like this. So this is what I would recommend for you guys that are new. You're gonna have lighter coverage with this. It's gonna be buildable, so every day you could add more. The self-tanning body lotion I'm gonna put on my legs, and this is supposed to give a little bit more instant coverage and faster. You get darker faster. Younique has an applicator that is basically like a giant blending bud, and we are going to use this to apply the tanner today. I'm a little bit worried just because I've never used this before, right? But we're gonna try it. If you don't have our applicator, it's totally okay. And there are two things that I'm just going to suggest that you have on you. So the first thing is to wet a washcloth, because what you're gonna do is in between, when you're putting the tanner on you with your hands, for example, I want you to make sure you wipe off the self-tanner like a lot in between applications. That way you don't get orange palms. The other thing that you can do is you can go to the store and get a mitt. They sell mitts probably at any pharmacy, any body store that you can apply the self-tanner with, and that's another way to avoid the orange palms. In this video, I am going to start with my face with the spray tanner. Then I'm going to move on to my arm with the same spray tanner. And then I'm going to move on to my leg with our body lotion. We're going to start by tanning my face first with our tanning spray. And first, before I did this video, I exfoliated my face, took some sugar and my clear face wash and mixed it together and exfoliated my face. And you can see I have a nice radiant glow. This is really important to exfoliate before you use a self-tanner. That way your tan is not only more even, but it's going to last longer. Okay, so what I plan on doing is spraying a few sprays and blending it in with my hands. This is just for my face. And afterwards, immediately afterwards, I'm gonna take my wet washcloth and wash my hands off so they don't turn orange. Are you guys ready for this? I'm a little nervous. Okay, so I just did a few spritz, probably 7, and I'm just wiping it in. Honestly, it already feels like it's dry, and I know that less is more with self-tanner, so I'm a little bit not sure if I want to do another coat or not, but that's what it looks like. I'm going to take my washcloth that just has water and wash my hands off so that I don't get orange palms. Alright, so I gotta tell you that the famous scent that self-tanners have, ours does not. It smells actually really good. Okay, so I'm feeling my skin and it feels completely dry. So that was a matter of seconds. Okay, so now we're gonna do my arm. I'm not gonna use the applicator that came with it because it dries so fast that I just really wanna make sure it blends in. So I think I'm just gonna use my hands. But again, I don't know because I've never used this stuff before. When it does spray on, I noticed that there was some brown coloring. So that's it. Now it feels like it's completely dry. And again, it has a slight fragrance, but it smells good. It doesn't smell like that tanning stink that we're used to. That's kind of nasty. So now we just gotta remember to wipe off our palms because we did apply the tanning spray with our palms. All right, so now it's time to do our legs. This is the thing I'm like most nervous about doing. So we're going to use the lotion now, and I'm gonna take my applicator and I'm gonna dip it into water, which is what the directions say. That's just to avoid this applicator really soaking in all that product. I'm gonna squeeze it out and squeeze the excess water out and then dry it in my towel a little bit. So now it's ready to go. So I want to tell you that our body lotion has makeup in it. So when it goes on, it's going to look tan right away, even though it's not. So it's just makeup, I think, to help show you where you applied it. And it might look splotchy just based on other comments I've read about this, but that's just because the makeup will go in different places. But then again, I've never used it before, so we're gonna try this together. When we apply body tanner, especially to our legs, we wanna work in sections. We don't wanna apply it to the entire leg first because we don't want it to dry, since it dries so fast that you don't want certain areas, you know, to be darker than others. So to avoid splotchy legs, we are going to work in one area at a time. Here first, here, and then quickly over my knee and quickly over my ankle. And that's what I have read about and watched videos about. Everyone says that's the way to do it. So I'm going to listen to them because I've never done it before. Here we go. So we're going to take a small amount of the lotion and blend in. This applicator makes it super easy, you guys. There is no streaking. So what I've been reading on the internet, there we go again, just a little bit. What I've been reading about and watching videos about is how people, when they apply it, it's not applied evenly. Probably because when they apply it with their hands, there's always going to be some mistakes there. This applicator is making it so easy. So I would say if you get the body lotion, the applicator is definitely a must. Because look, I have no streaking. And if I do, you just take it and go over it, and it just blends. This is really, really awesome. And again, there's that scent that everyone talks about hating with self-tanners. It's not here. I don't smell anything gross. So that's very cool. I'm just gonna take another bit like this and do underneath my leg. Okay, so just because I'm extra cautious, I am actually going to go wash my hands now in the sink because I don't want orange palms. I'll be right back. I cannot get over how easy that was. So now we're going to do the bottom of my leg. So same thing, we're going to use the applicator and do my calf here. And we're going to save my knee and my ankles for last. So again, this is how much I'm using on the applicator, just like one little squirt. And I recommend, highly recommend this applicator. See, I just got some up here and I didn't want that. I highly recommend using the applicator, not your hands. I really, really can't get over how easy it is to blend it in. It's like blending in your makeup when you do your eyes, you know? You can already tell the difference though in the color from here to here. Another little squirt there. We're gonna do the underside. They say the way to tell if someone's wearing a self-tanner is to look at their ankles, so just be really careful to not get so much product on your ankles. And if you do, like I just basically went over mine without meaning to. I'm just really gonna try to blend it out. And now with the remaining product left on here, I'm going over my knee, so I didn't add any more. And this is a little trick that I've been reading about because your knees soak up self-tanner because they're dry, and it's the same thing with my ankles. Whatever's left, I'm putting it on my ankles, but I'm not putting product directly onto the sponge, then directly onto my ankles. I'm using whatever was left, and it's gonna look more natural. So our ankles and our knees will soak up the product, and you want to avoid putting product directly onto those places. I am going to put a tiny bit. This might be a little too much. I'm going to take some off. I'm going to put a tiny bit on my feet. But look, I basically took most of it off, and I'm just going to go on my feet here. So less is more because you can always apply more tomorrow. So it's really essential that you just remain patient. Remain patient, everybody. The tan will come. So just based on what I'm seeing, if you want immediate gratification of a glow, an immediate tan where people will notice, you want to get the lotion. If you want a buildable tan, if you don't want to mess up, or if you are a little bit scared of using a self tanner at first and don't want to go too dark, use the spray. If you get the lotion, get the applicator. It's vital. I feel like this applicator makes it just so easy. I can tell that I definitely have one leg that's more bronze than the other leg, but you know what? It takes 8 hours for the full color to happen. So apparently I'll see color probably in an hour, in 3 hours, 6 hours, and then 8 hours later will be the biggest difference. So tomorrow when I wake up in the morning, because right now it's 5 p.m., when I wake up, I'm gonna be tan on one leg and tan on one arm and hopefully tan on my face. So after you're done with self-tanner, there's one last thing you gotta do. And that is to spray the back of your hands because you've been washing your hands a lot. So you don't want that tan to end, right? So we're gonna just spray with the sprayer here. I'm gonna spray over here so it doesn't go on my legs. So be careful where this stuff goes, right? Because it's wherever it goes, it's gonna stain. And I'm just blending it in, and it's already dry. That's how amazing this is. It's already dry. So now I'm gonna take my washcloth and wash the back of this hand so it doesn't get orange. It's really important, you guys. You don't wanna walk around looking like you have a fake tan, right? So I will see you guys tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you guys my results. So have a good one. Let me know if you have any questions. And now I'm gonna remember to wear loose clothing. I'm gonna remember to avoid the rain for 24 hours, avoid swimming for 24 hours. I guess tomorrow morning I probably won't take a shower, so I'll wait till tomorrow night. And wear loose clothing so nothing is rubbing on my tan. So, all right, now I'm gonna shoot some photos and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.